One time, a few years ago, I told this man I wrote about prosecutors, and he was so condescending. He told me his friend's wife covered prosecutors too, and I should try to get her to mentor me. And then my husband walked in, and it turns out I was the friend's wife. How's it going, everybody? Blue here. Welcome back to another subreddit video. I know what you're thinking. Where is this month's rant? Well, I have made the decision to no longer schedule the rant. I'm not saying that the rants are no longer gonna happen, but I'm not gonna have a set scheduled month for it to go up. It's just gonna happen when it happens. Because I don't have enough energy to rant for an hour every month on a specific subject. I'm gonna have to change up the format of it, maybe do a few things per video like the last one. I might not even go into it with a particular subject in mind. So yeah, that one's going to be happening when it happens, I guess. Anyway, enough of that. Today we are looking at the subreddit Don't You Know Who I Am. This is a subreddit about people doing stuff and then getting called out for something because the person doesn't realize who it is they're calling out. So let's take a look. Sometimes I just want to punch Java in the face.
Learn it, and you'll never want to use anything else.
I'm a computer science professor. I've taught a dozen programming classes that use Java. I know it, thanks. Whew. Yeah, they're all like this, basically. They're all like this. In the elevator.
Whose lab are you in?
Mine.
No, I mean, who is the PI of the lab?
I am.
In what professor's lab?
The Columbus lab. I am Columbus. People that don't realize that women can be, actual professors and have PhDs and be doctors and stuff just blow my mind. One time I was doing stand-up and this guy came up to me after Let's try that again. One time I was doing stand-up and this guy came up to me after and was like, "You're pretty good, but you definitely stole one of your jokes from a viral tweet, which is lame." It was my viral tweet. It's like when someone posts their own video on Reddit and someone in the comments is like, "Credit to this channel," and the person's like, "Yeah, that's my channel." I had a paper rejected once because I didn't seem to know the work of Joe Sharp well enough. I am Joe Sharp. Yeah, it's like English teachers trying to tear apart, like, the curtains were red, therefore it was doom and destruction, and the author's like, "Well, actually," and the teacher's like, "Are you a teacher? No, I know what you meant when you were speaking about those curtains." I was actually pointing in real life, and I'm not videoing my real life reactions, so no one's gonna see it. Kid at skate park.
Are you Tony Hawk?
I am.
No, you're not.
Okay, I'm not.
But are you? For real?
I am, for real.
I thought you'd look younger.
Me too. Tony Hawk's one of my, favorite people to see in this, because he gets mistaken a lot. Never, ever, ever name your child after a fictional character whose arcs are not completed.
Why is everyone all of a sudden talking about character arcs like they're a film critic with a minor in creative writing?
I don't know. I'm talking about them like I'm a TV and screenwriter for 15 years.
You know in Futurama, where Zoidberg scuttles out of the room clicking his claws? That's me right now, backing out of this with no dignity left.
What's the problem with talking about character arcs? That's just a term. You don't have to be an expert to know what a character arc is. They appear in every single series that exists that has characters in it ever. At the cafe where I'm writing, the people next to me were disagreeing about the origins of Men in Black, and I said, "If you'd like, I could clear that up for you." And one responded, "I'm sorry, we do not need an old white male's mansplaination." So I apologized, and that was that. Ed Solomon, for those of you who might not know, is a American writer, producer, and director who I believe was, in charge of Men in Black. Yeah, he was the writer for Men in Black. So there you go. I often think fondly of the stranger on the subway who saw me playing a game on my phone and told me to read a fucking book, not knowing at the time I was a full-time book reviewer. Like, I wonder what he's up to / who else he's bothering. This reminds me of when I asked Twitter for their favorite games on the phone for a long flight, and people told me that I should try these things called books. Reading. Ever heard of it? New York Times best-selling author Celeste NG? It's like, imagine if J.K. Rowling tweeted out, like, anybody got some good games to play on the phone for my flight? And people were like, you should read Harry Potter. Getting a cappuccino today, and the barista says, "Did anybody ever tell you that you look just like Tom Morello?" I say, "All the time." He says, "I'll bet." I order my coffee, and he says, "What's the name?" I say, "Tom." He says, "Your name is Tom too? That's crazy." I'm like, "It sure is." Wap wap. Wah. If that guy's following Tom Morello on Twitter and he sees that tweet, he's gonna be like, "Oh man, you're kidding." However, even without that recent evidence, the biological principles for separation into men's and women's categories in sport are so strong that to overturn it requires exceptional evidence. Are you a biologist? Are you a scientist? Have you got a PhD? Published a paper in a peer-reviewed journal? If not, then STFU. Yes, 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 and yes. His Twitter handle is literally Science of Sport, and he has a verification tick next to his name. Someone just told me, on my own Instagram page, to give credit to the maker of the videos. My videos. Give credit to me. Me as the video maker, man. I dream that one day I will see one of my own videos on Reddit and someone actually tell them to credit me, or at the same time I dream that I post one of my own videos and someone tell me to credit the creator. I just want people to recognize me, basically. And the final post. Another successful musician instantly becomes a political expert. One does not have to be an honors grad in political science from Harvard University to recognize the unethical and inhuman nature of this administration, but, well, I happen to be an honors grad in political science from Harvard University, so I can confirm that for you. Ooh, it's another Tom Morello one, and that one's got a smart. That one's really got a smart. Also, you don't have to have a political expert to have an opinion on which president you dislike, especially when both the people running for presidency were Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, who were both the real bottom of the barrel when it comes to presidential candidates. Anyway, that is going to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm sorry this one was a little bit short. I wasn't sure how much I was going to end up ranting or not. So, I will see how much time I can add on with just editing. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Otherwise, have a nice day, everybody, and I will see you next time. Peace out.